Hi, I'm Deidre Brill, and this is the Social Media Strategic Plan for San Carlos branch of the San Mateo County Library System. Now, our 12-branch library system has a singular mission and goals and brand. One of our goals is that we want to have a rich online experience, which extends to our social media accounts. Each branch has their own social media accounts and maintains them, so we need to make sure that ours meets the goals of the library while still meeting the needs of our community. The San Carlos community has a population of 30,000 and it is very family oriented. Our single largest age group is kids and teenagers. They make up 17% of our population. And so we currently have accounts on Facebook and Instagram, and they really do focus a lot of their content on families and on young kids and their parents. So most of our librarians and all of our library assistants have access to be able to post on our accounts. However, we don't have a social media manager, which is a recommended best practice by the San Mateo County Library's brand guide. And so we really need to remedy that. Most of our followers are the most engaged on Instagram. So we're really going to focus on Instagram going forth. And then, since it's owned by Facebook, we can have a method of easy cross-posting between the two, where it will really cut down on our time and our efforts in order to do a single post to both platforms. It's free to use both of them, and they both have a built-in baseline analytics called Insights, which is shown here. And we can see from this particular image in the middle of the slide that our Instagram profile is mostly followed by an audience of female adults in their 30s and 40s. That's right, it's those parents again. So we really want to make sure that as we are going forward, we continue to target them, but broaden it to include parents of teenagers as the children of San Carlos start to age, as well as the teenagers themselves. And in order to do that, we need to have stronger social media objectives. So I've narrowed it down to 3 key words. We want to use our social media to inform, to inquire, and to interact. We currently do a pretty good job of the first one. We inform people about what's happening at the library in all of our posts. Most of our posts are about events, and so we're always showing what we have to offer, which is great, but we need to focus on the next steps. By inquiring, we need to ask what our patrons and followers want from the library. And with interacting, we need to make sure that there's a social part of social media, that we are talking with, not just talking to our followers, and also show support for our community partners. So let's take a quick look at the content that we have that is currently working. The image on the right is another snapshot from our Instagram analytics page, and this shows our top posts for engagement over the past year. So the thing that I notice very off the cuff about these particular images is that they are images that are eye-grabbing. They capture attention. There's a lot of competition on Instagram as people just scroll right on by to really get someone to take a closer look at your post. So it has to be an image that, to quote the San Mateo County Library's brand guidelines again, has a strong focal point, and that if we have people in them, that they are real, unposed, and direct. We want to make sure we're getting good candid shots. The other thing that was in common with these particular posts is that they really made better utilization of hashtags and of tagging our community's partners' accounts. So one hashtag we like to use is City of Good Living. That particular hashtag is the motto of San Carlos, so it really does attract people that are very specifically in our community. And we partner that with hashtags that we use in the library system overall. And then community partners accounts is when we tag in vendors who did programs at our libraries, as well as city groups that help us out, like the youth center. Now, how can we continue to shape the content in order to grow our audience? We have to look at what we're not doing. We're not inquiring in our posts, and that can be as simple as including questions in the language that we include with pictures that we post. If we post a picture of our new books that we've just added to the collection, we could say, hey, check out our new reads. What are you interested in reading? What's on your to-read list? And then that's an invitation for our patrons and followers to interact with us and to show that we care about what they think. We should also be using the Instagram Stories feature, which is short videos and also quick pics that have text overlay, where you can also do polls. A poll would be a fantastic thing to do to get a quick insight on what people want out of a particular program or event. We should also ask posters who tag us in their posts if we could maybe repost theirs. And we always, just as a side note, want to ask before photographing patrons and posting it on social media at our library events. It's a courtesy to them and to their privacy, and especially we want to really be mindful of that as we post pictures of older kids or teenagers who might not have their parents with them at library events to give their consent. We also want to make sure that we are using social media to interact. And that really does mean that we need to not only respond to comments that come to our posts, but also seek out other posts that we can comment on. We want to use the video section of the stories feature. And we can also use tags and hashtags in order to find out who is talking about us. This particular image right here is a great example. This is a post on Instagram from our community partner, the City of San Carlos. They did not tag our account in this picture. This is a picture of the rotunda of our library. However, they did tag the actual location, the San Carlos Library, as well as the hashtag that we also use, City of Good Living. If we had been watching that location tag and that hashtag, we probably would have caught this picture and we would have been able to comment on it or repost it. So that was kind of a missed opportunity there. So there are a lot of different kinds of posts, and currently we're doing a great job of doing the top two, events promotion and showing pictures of our past events. That's great, it's informative, but it's not everything. So we really need to make sure that we are doing more. And this particular image was one of ours that actually did get a lot of interaction. And it was something that was very simple. It was just, I was messing around during a teen library event and there was sort of a lull. I had an iPad with me with some work I was doing. So I saw it was World Book Day on a book's website I was looking at. I did a quick search on our catalog to see what books we had in-house that were about the library or had library in the title. And then I did a stack of them, took a picture, and it followed a lot of our guidelines of being engaging, of using hashtags. And I think people liked that it was something that was different than what we normally offer. It didn't feel marketing. It was just, hey, library, we love books. Okay, so now that we know what kinds of posts we need to work on and what has been working for us, how do we proceed? Well, first, we have to assign a social media manager according to the guidelines that we were given by the county. And to quote Katniss Everdeen, I volunteer as tribute. If no one else is interested in the position, I would be happy to spearhead these efforts. And I also think that it's important that that would just be a coordinating position, that really the overall staff members of our branch will be responsible for creating and posting content. And for any interested aides or interns, they could even assist as a development opportunity. Number two, we need to actually have a schedule. This should be a rotating schedule. If we build this into everyone's weekly duties, then posts will happen with more regularity and no one person would have to shoulder the burden. And it would keep us all engaged in the process. I say to start, we try posting twice a week. And once each weekday, a person will be assigned to monitor engagement. That means going through our feeds, responding to comments, liking other people's posts, looking at our partners, whether it's other library branches within our library system or other San Carlos websites, and really making sure that we are engaging with them. This process should not take more than about 30 minutes a day. And then finally, we also want to have shared information. The social media manager would create a SharePoint site where we could house documentation that all of our staff could use for social media management. This would include the schedule. It would include something along the lines of a post idea listing, such as what was mentioned in the previous slide. It would include our events calendar and also the National Day calendar. National Day calendar is like National Hot Dog Day, National Lipstick Day. Yes, there's an actual calendar for that. And then finally, it would include any information we have on tracking our data. Because of course, we have to measure our success. So we have the ability to be able to see some of our demographic data on Instagram and Facebook Insights. That's that built-in analytics tool I mentioned before. But I also want to create a rudimentary spreadsheet where we could use data from Insights and just track it in this spreadsheet. So it would help us to create charts later. We could track how many posts we were doing, which ones, how many likes and comments each one was getting, and then how our followers were changing per week. And we can also do that according to the demographics that we are seeing in the insights as well. And I think we need to start with a really baseline goal, which is just to increase our followers over a 6-month period and to expand those demographic age groups that we saw in the beginning of this presentation. I think if we just really try to nail down the fundamentals of posting first, that those are great metrics to try to meet early on. After that, we can try to fold in gauging to see which posts are helping to increase event attendance or item circulation. That will come. We really need to get down the fundamentals first. So right now, we have 565 followers. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 by the end of the year. And in order to do that, we have to get the word out about our social media, which means we currently have a singular site for the whole county, singular website. It's our events listing for all of our branches. It's our catalog. It's our blog for all of the branches. And we don't do a very good job of showing off all of the individual social media accounts for each branches. That needs to change, and we really need to rely on our central office to help us with that. But we as a branch can help out by promoting our Instagram and Facebook handles on all of our event flyers and on our monthly calendars that we print out and keep by the desk. We currently do it for bookmarks. We need to do it for those sheets too. And then finally, we should be mentioning social media at our programs, whether that's asking for permission to post people's photos, asking them to tag us in their own, or just asking them to check us out online. That's going to be the first thing that will help get us a little bit more recognition in what's happening. So to recap, the who, what, where, when, why, and how. We want to post quality content on social media, and it's because we want to further our outreach. We're doing it on Facebook and Instagram. Our staff are going to be the ones doing it to reach San Carlos area parents and teens. We'll do it twice a week, and we're going to try to train and share responsibilities as much as we can. Thank you for attending today.